The following is a Hallis Beer Hall production.
Big time players make big time plays.
All right, welcome back to Hallis Beer Hall. The Bears lost today. They fucking suck. No, I'm just kidding. JK. We had a bad game. Caleb looked off. Some play calls looked off. The defense was on the field too long. They looked off. We had some injuries happen. Luther Burden went down. The Ravens, we lost to a second string quarterback and a banged up Ravens team that sucked. But next week we play the Bengals. Maybe we can right the ship. There's people freaking out, calling for Tyson Bagnet. But, you know, I don't think it's time, obviously, to give up on a first-round draft pick, especially after 1 year, 4 different head coaches, and then what are we, 6 or 7 games into the next season? I don't think it's time. I think we still got to develop. But bad loss. If we right the ship next week, I think everything's okay. We're 4-3. Can't hit the full panic mode yet, but that was just a shitty loss today. What do you boys think?
Yeah, I think disappointing loss. This wasn't very fun to watch. I think as soon as we went down, like during that first drive, didn't get that touchdown, it was a little bit like, oh shit, like what the fuck was that? Like what is going on? And then it kind of just spiraled out of control from there. We were in it till kind of the end until that turnover, that interception by Caleb in like the whatever 15-yard line. So like at least they were still kind of fighting. But overall, it just didn't look very pretty. It was just an ugly game. It's been ugly game after ugly game after ugly game. It'd be nice. I think, Connor, you mentioned this during the game. It'd be nice if we could just beat the shit out of some team, like one of these games, instead of kind of trying to grind these out. But like we were talking about before, like I think we all kind of had this one as a loss on the calendar anyway. So it is what it is. I think to your point, like how we respond next week will be more telling. Like that'll be really the true litmus test of like where this team is going, what the team's culture is. So I think hopefully they get back in the lab. I think we need to get healthy too. Like who the fuck knows who's playing cornerback these days? Nick McLeod, Sean Wright, like Josh Blackwell. I think it's kind of all over the place. I also we obviously we need to get to the quarterback. I don't think we're getting much pressure up front. So just kind of unfortunate, but I will say like again, not ready to turn the page on Caleb yet, but man, like just give us something to cheer for. Like I don't know. It's starting to it's just not very fun to watch. So I don't know. Hopefully we can drop 50 on the Bengals. Hank, what about you?
Yeah, I mean, again, I think everybody was a little. I was optimistic going into the game. I mean, I was texting you guys all week. Like,
I think we all
Bears
were.
Bears are gonna win.
Yeah.
Like the backup QB, it's an injured Ravens team. But I mean, I guess they're just more disciplined than us. As a team, we had way too many flags. Again, I don't know if obviously we yell at the refs all we want, but at some point it is on the team itself. And yeah, I mean, I've noticed it on and off with Caleb. It just seems like his accuracy is really off. Like he doesn't hit people in stride. Like the interception on Rome late in the game. Obviously, it's like trying to get something going, but it was behind Rome. If it was anywhere in front of him, maybe Rome had a chance to get away from the interception. But yeah, I don't know. But yeah.
I feel you. Way too many flags for sure.
Yeah. Overall.
Yeah, I got some stats on the flags.
Oh,
Thanks,
lovely. But yeah, go ahead, Juice. I didn't have much. I was kind of just disappointed towards the end.
Bears in every game this year have had more penalties than their opponent. Today we had 11 penalties that resulted in 80 yards. It's our second straight game with 10 or more penalties. Third most penalties in the NFL this season. We have the most pre-snap penalties in the NFL with 18. We have the most false starts in the NFL with 14. We have the most roughing the passers in the NFL with 5. and we surrendered 12 automatic first downs via penalty, also the most in the league. So maybe clean a little bit up. Like I've said, pre-snap penalties, those are something you could fix. There's going to be holdings every once in a while, but I think it was Aaron also said like Colston Loveland, one false start a game is automatic. I don't know what's the issue there. I mean, I know he wasn't really practicing with these guys, but he's got to clean that up.
Yeah. The roughing the passer ones seem a little off. I feel like some of them were just kind of bullshit calls. But I mean, they're recorded, so can't really say otherwise.
I feel like
Yeah.
officiating has just been ass in the NFL across the board. Like I know there's some that we look at, but it's because we are watching the Bears every week. We're watching every play, like we see it, and we feel like it's hurting us, which it is. But like it seems like every game there's some controversy about what the refs are doing. And can they not figure this the fuck out? Like it's insane that this is actually like changing the outcome of games, like week in and week out.
Was there one recently?
That DeAndre Hopkins face mask was absolute garbage. He pushed off the NFL like referee analyst. I fucking hate those guys, but when they're on my side, I like them. But yeah, he's like pass interference is full extension of the arms, full extension from D-Hop, and then he also has his hand in a face mask. The ref's behind it, so he can't see that. But I don't know. I wish they have that expedited review where it's like, oh, actually, if a guy's short and he's in, like they could just expedite that. Like they have to have a rules analyst watching the game that's like not on the field that sees this and could just like throw a flag. I feel like that's not too much to ask for in 2025, but yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I think these penalties are unreal.
Oh, these penalties are what?
Unreal.
Oh, yeah.
They're just happening way too much. But yeah, I mean, what are we halfway through the season almost right now? So
still trying to get into Ben's
looking
offense.
okay.
Yeah.
I mean, good measuring stick right now. Caleb's obviously our passing leader. He has 1,300 passing yards, 9 passing touchdowns, and 3 picks. Also 2 rushing touchdowns. Swift has 419 rushing yards, 3 touchdowns. He's only lost 1 fumble, so that's good. And then Rome has just been a bright spot week in and week out for this team. A couple drops this year that he probably should have made, but he's catching more balls than it's probably expected to catch. He has 5 touchdowns, 359 yards, so I'm happy to see him going in the right direction. And then I really like Monangai. I know people were shitting on him for running backwards in like week 2 or whatever, but he's just trying to make a play. There's one today that he cut back inside that he should have just stayed on the outside and he had a lane to get to the pylon. But I don't know. I think he's a bully running back. And I think Swift is kind of our Gibbs. Everyone says it's Monangai, but I think Swift is way more explosive in space and stuff, and Monangai's kind of just that bruiser. And then Roshan's had, I think, 3 rushing attempts this year. Even at the end of the game with the ball on like the 1-yard line, we're running a QB sneak and we're getting stopped and all this shit's happening. Just put Roshan in the game. You know when that giant fucking helmet comes in the game and you give him the ball, he's going to pick up a yard for you. Like give him the ball. I would like to see a little bit more Roshan on offense, especially on short downs.
Late in the game.
Yeah, he just can't stay healthy. I think he was inactive again today, right?
No, wasn't he in?
I didn't see he was inactive. Maybe I'm wrong though.
I would have probably just been like one.
Wouldn't even surprise me. Even if he did play, that's how much of an impact it is that we don't even know if he was on the field or not. So
right,
that's impressive.
Yep.
Our defense is still looking pretty good, even though we're super banged up. I mean, they put us in a position to win this game. I definitely think so. Tremaine Edmonds continues to be a beast. He's leading the team in tackles with 61.
Damn.
And then Noah Sewell is second in tackles, and he has 32. So just absolutely the best defender.
Insane.
Yeah. So yeah, Sewell's got 2 tackles for loss. Edmonds has 3 picks, a sack, and 61 tackles. And then yeah, Kevin Byard still looks good. 4 picks obviously for him. I think that's tied for the NFL lead, and he has 31 tackles. So I mean, the defense continues to impress me a little bit. I do trust Dennis Allen. He's doing the best with what he has. When he has our fucking podcast playing DB and he's shutting him down, like, yeah, Zay Flowers is going to beat you on a couple routes. It's tough to get in front of him, explosive playmaker like that. But I don't know. The D-line looks trash too. I mean, Shamar Turner, I think he left the game with an injury today. That was tough to see. Big Bill's kind of been getting his ass kicked, unfortunately. And Daniel Hardy had contain on a fucking play, and he let the guy get outside. If he caught up inside, we had 3D linemen there, but he let him get outside. So it's just little things like this where it's like just guys who haven't even played before, and that's kind of who we're relying on to get a stop on like a 3rd and 4 or a 3rd and 5, and that's just not a recipe for success. But yeah, I can't wait till the defense is healthy. It's going to be fun. I think at the deadline you got to go after a D lineman. 100%. I prefer an interior D lineman. I still think Odeyingbo sucks. Like we paid him. That was the most obvious when we signed him. We should not have gave him that much money contract we've ever seen, and he hasn't showed anything. I think he has maybe 1 sack on the year. So I'm really, really pissed with him. So he better step it up too. But yeah, just interior D-line, I think we need some help there for sure. Grady Jarrett got in there a little bit today, but you never know if he's going to be on the field either. He's old. Big Bill's old. And then Shamar Turner got hurt. So we're just really lacking at that D-tackle position. And I don't know. I wouldn't be shocked if we go out and make a trade at the deadline. I think that would be the best thing for this team right now, which kind of leads me to my next question. If you guys are Ryan Poles and you could make one move, what's your move? Just one. Aaron, what do you got?
Yeah.
Well,
Aaron,
you
go.
stole my thunder. I had written down pass rusher. So I think some help on the D line. I think I would love us to go get a corner, but like what corners available? Like I think we kind of just I don't know if it's better to go get someone that's on the street on a practice squad. They have to learn our defense. Like they have to figure all that shit out. Like there's so much communication that goes on with those guys. So I don't know if that's the right move, or we just kind of stick with what we have until we get our guys back from the IR, Tyreek comes back, etc. But I think it's on the defensive side of the ball. I think we need just some help over there. But since you took pass rush, I'm going to switch, which now I'm technically giving like 3 moves. But I think sign Jake Moody. I love Cairo, but like Pee Wee football kids are kicking 58 yarders. You got to kick a 58 yarder. So you got to go with Jake Moody. I think like he looked decent when we had him before, like for the last couple weeks, and like he was a high round draft pick. So yeah, go with Jake Moody. That's it. I'll pass the baton to Hank.
It's funny because you stole mine because I was gonna say just fire Richard Hightower for fucking move. Why is he putting in Santos for Moody? Fire Richard Hightower, get a different special teams coach, even though he's whatever. But I mean that's pretty much what I had. I do like the D move though. I just don't know. I don't know if Poles will do that. Like, I don't know if him and Ben will like communicate and actually make a move. From all the, I mean, obviously maybe it's just like a front, but from all the media talk, it sounds like Ben's like, we're gonna work with what we have. I don't want to change up anything drastically. So we might not do anything, but that could just be a front. So I don't know. Connor, you got anything?
Yeah, just stop using DJ Moore as a running back because he's not Williams on the Lions, and he doesn't block for shit, and he gets like 3 yards every time he runs the ball, which is fine. But like, dude, if it's not going to be an explosive play, just fucking throw the ball. Like I just feel like use a running back and run the ball. Like there's no point in using DJ Moore like as a running back. It's just going to get him injured, and it's also just doesn't work. Like everyone knows when he's lined up and back, it's going to him. Like, so I don't know. It just seems stupid, and I feel like just get healthy and stop using DJ Moore as a running back, and maybe that'll accumulate 3 to 7 extra points a game. Who knows? So that's all I got.
Don't hate that. Another question: most underrated player on the Bears in your guys' opinion? I'll start off. I'm gonna go with the veteran left guard. He's not even underrated, but just nobody talks about interior offensive lineman. Sorry, Aaron. I'll actually switch to the right guard. I meant Jonah Jackson. Over to you, Aaron. Who do you have?
Hey, I also had Joe Tooney, but dude, I would love to hear your reason why.
I mean, no penalties. Just seems like we're running a lot of stuff to the left side, those outside zones, and we're just picking up 4 or 5 yards every single time on that. And then I think with Theo Benedict stepping in, and it gives him a confidence being next to Tooney, and I think that speaks volumes on the field. Just gives him a certain level of confidence. If he's not sure what to do, I'm sure Tooney's in the huddle talking to him about it, and just hanging out around a guy like that, even in the film room. I think that's like what's the word I'm looking for? Insurmountable, measurable. That's something that just it doesn't show up like on the stat sheet or anything, but I just think the relationship that Tooney's having on the rest of the O line speaks volumes. You could see this, like you could just see. Obviously, the false starts are fucking it up, but I mean, when we're not doing false starts, we're picking up 4 or 5 rushing yards every single time. The run game really got going the last couple weeks, and I think Tooney's a huge part of that. I'm sure Ben's scheming up different stuff too. We're incorporating a lot more, like I said, outside zone, as opposed to just going right up the middle. Drew Dahlman, I mean, we didn't really talk much about him today, so I'd also put him in there. I know last week he forgot how to snap the ball for a little bit, but I mean, when you're not talking about the offensive linemen, that's when they're doing a good job, and that's why I'm going with Tooney. I think Tooney's the most underrated player on the Bears, and he's not even underrated. He's a great fucking player, won multiple Super Bowls, but I think we just don't talk about the impact he has on this team, mentally off the field too.
I like that.
I think if I'm switching, quick shout out, underrated guy, whoever is the replay guy, challenge guy, and Ben Johnson's headset. That challenge last week on that forward lateral was fucking sick. It came out so fast. They instantly knew that they had to challenge it before even the TV crew had any idea that that was like forward and like an illegal motion or whatever. Like they called that when the Ben Johnson mic'd up. His name is Harry, apparently. Whoever Harry is, I don't know if his first name, last name, whatever. But shout out Harry, replay guy. That was sick. Hopefully he gets some more challenges.
Well, I don't have anybody off the field. I was thinking, I guess, underrated players for me, and maybe it was just because I was looking on offense mostly, and I would like to see them get more targets and be more involved is Luther Burden. Because anytime he has been targeted, he's been able to get extra yardage. It's if Caleb can even get him the ball, but I think he's a very good target. I think he's underrated for where he's at.
Well, he is injured now, so we'll see if he can stay on the field.
That sucks.
But I would say Devin Duvernay after today with, there was that play where he returned it to the 53-yard line, and then the Bears just squandered that.
Yeah.
So it's like he's just been playing like low key. Like he's had some bad returns, but he's getting 10, maybe 15 yards on other ones, and then some he's busting for 30. So, low key, he's been having an okay season. So
I like that pick a lot. I mean, when you're not talking about him. Yeah.
Honorable mention, Torrey Taylor with that crazy fucking punt that got brought back because of a fucking flag. But,
Yeah.
Special teams, I mean, they look a lot different than they looked in the preseason, which is a very good thing.
Yeah,
and as long as you don't got Felix Jones back there, it turns out you don't have to hold your breath on every kick or punt. So that's reassuring. I don't know what Felix Jones is up to. He's probably fucking playing with his ferrets right now. All right. Favorite moment so far this year, boys? Aaron, start us off.
I think my favorite moment has to be the flea flicker to Luther Burden for the touchdown. That was just sick. Like don't feel like we've seen a very fun play in a long time. So Caleb giving it to DeAndre Swift. DeAndre Swift trying to throw it over Caleb's head. Caleb jumps up, gets it, athletic move, tosses it out to Luther Burden, touchdown. That was insane. Yeah, that was fun. It was great. It was like, whoa, this is a taste of the Ben Johnson offense. It was a taste of Luther Burden. It was a taste of Caleb's arm. Like, it was all the good parts that we're looking forward to in this offense. So hopefully we get a little bit more of those explosive plays.
My favorite moment so far during the season, I think, has to be the Commanders game in general. Just coming off that was off the bye, right? I'm not crazy. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So coming off the bye, which has been notorious for the Bears to be terrible, and then all of a sudden, also our run game like gets explosive out of nowhere, which was great. I think that's personally mine. Like, it's just like a nice revenge redemption type deal from last year of that chaos. Connor, what do you got?
Mine was Jake Moody coming in and kicking that game-winning field goal. I think that was just a big moment for the team, but this week they let us down, and I just got to come back and beat Cincy. Just beat Cincy. That's the motto, I think, for next week. Just beat fucking Cincinnati, dude. Like, that's all we got to do. And then everything from this week will be like, yeah, well, we all had them losing to the Ravens in the beginning of the year. Didn't matter if Lamar was there or not. It does, but it didn't, just based on, like, we're going to lose to the Ravens. That's fine.
I mean, the Bengals
Just
lost to the
beat
Jets
Cincinnati.
today.
Huh?
The Bengals lost to the Jets today, so
I was just going to
That's what I'm
say, so
saying.
my favorite moment is sending Justin Fields hate stats in the group chat to you guys because you insist on fucking standing up for this clown who has the worst winning percentage through 50 games in NFL history as a quarterback. But, hey, he beat fucking Joe Flacco by 1 point today, so 15
Joe
and 36.
Flacco just beat? Didn't Joe Flacco just beat Aaron Rodgers the week before?
no.
I thought Rodgers won that one. Flacco beat the Packers, though.
I thought, no, Flacco beat Rodgers by 2 points.
Oh,
Don't
yeah.
play me.
Yeah, that's true. Flacco did beat the Steelers by 2 points.
So Flacco beat the Steelers. Justin Fields beat Flacco. So Fields is better than Rodgers. that's how that math works, right?
Transitive property in there somewhere.
I like it.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd say I'm happy with Caleb, but not putting this out there. But I am going to put it out there. One thing that has held these 3 iterations of quarterbacks back is just the quarterbacks not getting better from week to week. And I was worrying about it a little bit today, especially. I know it's year 2, but he needs to look more and more comfortable in this offense each week, and I just don't think Caleb does. I mean, I don't know if that's Caleb's fault. I don't know if that's Ben's fault. I know Caleb was in the pocket a lot today, and I don't love him being a pocket passer. I think he's better on the run. He thinks he's Derek Jeter when he's on the run, and somehow his accuracy is higher when he's rolling out. And I just like the misdirection and stuff. I feel like today was the game plan. There's a couple play calls. I love Ben Johnson, greatest coach of all time. Called him sexy in the group chat multiple times today on his play calls. But I feel like there's a couple there that we definitely could have talked over. Like I said, even just the end of the game. I know it was out of reach, but it's 4th and goal from like the 4-yard line. It's like let's get some points, boys. There's got to be a play there that's automatic. And like I said, Caleb's just got to look more comfortable each week, and I don't think he does. So it's definitely not Bajent time. I don't think it is, at least. Well, next week the Bengals defense stinks, so we'll see how we do that. I think the Bengals are the highest. Their defense allows the most points per game, but ours, with our cornerbacks, might do that too. So we're gonna have to put up some points next week, and that starts with the quarterback.
I was saying that this week, offense needed to show up, and they didn't.
Yeah, I think it was the very first play of the game where Caleb did like the bootleg toss to Colston Loveland. I was like, here we fucking go. Like, it looked like preseason week 2 or whatever the fuck, where Caleb was rolling out and we had that really sick scripted drive. And I was like, okay, like, here we go again. And it seems like our scripted stuff is working. Like, that is looking pretty flawless. Like, the opening drives every week look really, really good. And then kind of like when we get to this like middle part and we get out of rhythm, everything kind of just falls apart. And I think we've been saved the past couple weeks by both the run game and the turnovers. And today it was just like run game's kind of doing some stuff, maybe no turnovers. We just couldn't get back into rhythm. We need to like, I think just get, obviously I don't know shit. Like, so like I'll defer to Ben on all these decisions, but like, I feel like just get Caleb some easy completions, get him just kind of moving in rhythm, some quick stuff, and he'll figure the rest out. But like when he goes and like gets into trouble and then like runs around a little bit and then no one gets open for him and then there's a penalty and then like we get 3 in it, like it's just like then he just kind of falls apart, it feels like, and we lose tons of momentum. So I don't know. Hopefully they can figure that out. But if anyone is going to figure it out, I think it's Ben Johnson. So I'll trust in Ben. I will say, looking back at our records and our predictions. So right now, Bears are 4-3. All of us, I think, had pretty insane predictions for the entire year. Like very optimistic, very positive. Hank was at 13-4. Juice is at 10-7. I'm at 11-6. Connor's at 14-3. Connor's sending us to the fucking Hall of Fame. And even through these first 7 games, like everyone is 5-2, and then I'm 4-3. So we're all right there where this team is today. So if you told us at week 8 or whatever the fuck that we would be 4-3, I think we would all take that. So I think that's a positive. Let's go beat the shit out of Cincinnati. Then we have the Giants, Sans, Scattaboo, RIP. Like we can figure this shit out, and then we go take on Aaron Rodgers. I think is that one at home? I don't know where the fuck that one is.
think
No,
it's
do
at
we have one
home.
in
It's at
between
home.
that? Okay. Yeah, okay. Oh, we have the Giants in between. So Bengals, Giants, Vikings who are in shambles, Steelers. Let's go take care of business. And if we get 3 out of that, we're at what, 7-4? Like that's a good football team. So fingers crossed that they can figure it out. I saw in the presser today, Ben Johnson was like, leaders need to get this locker room right. So hopefully they respond to that. We'll see.
Yeah, and I just want to hop in on what Juice was talking about with, it's not Bagnet time yet. I was fighting with someone who I was possibly going to get on the podcast today, but they're not hopping in. But they were just like, why are we not playing him? Blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, dude, you don't put in your second string quarterback who diced up the Kansas City Chiefs' third string defense just because he did that in the preseason one time. You're not going to put this guy in because you think that he fits better with Ben Johnson's offense. It's like, dude, Caleb Williams, yeah, he's a polarizing figure, I guess, but he won a Heisman and he has the arm strength for days. So you just got to work, you got to develop him, and he's an NFL QB, and you want him to be your franchise QB. You got to have him play games. But like Juice was saying, it's like, all right, next week, if he can't do shit against this Bengals fucking defense, maybe you throw in Bajonet, put some fucking heat on his ass, and, see if there will be a competitive drive, and maybe 2 guys battling will do that. So I don't know. I don't know the answer, but I just don't think it's time to give up on Caleb yet. But that the talk is out there for sure. So
Yeah, I mean, you Chicago fans, I love us, but we're like most popular athlete in Chicago is always backup quarterbacks. What my dad said pretty much my entire life. So it's true. I mean, you're like Caleb will get booed and everything. Like we love the backup quarterbacks going back to Matt Barkley and Mitch when he was the backup.
Kyle Orton.
Wait, I'm sit. Kyle Orton, Brian Gracie. You could name all those guys. It was some of my favorite players growing up. But yeah, I mean, we just got to put up points. I don't think it's Bajan time. Next week, we will have to put up points. I think it could get out of hand. Something tells me that Jamar Chase and T. Higgins might be able to out-route Nick McLeod. But, I mean, we'll see. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. Take the over in that game, 100%. But yeah, that's just coaching decisions. That's up to Ben. I don't know the confidence in the locker room. I know he trusts Caleb and these guys, but I don't know. Ben's also a hard ass. Like he's gonna call the guys out, and I mean he's gonna lead them in the right direction. Whether that be Caleb, whether that be Bajan or Bagnan, if Connor says it. But yeah, I don't know. I think we're good right now. Next week, if we put up less than 20 again, I'm kind of worried because that's definitely not going to get the job done. Like I said, Jamar Chase, Joe Flacco's just going to throw moon balls too, and I think he's going to come down with a majority of those. So that really worries me. But yeah, I don't know. I think we'll be all right. I trust Ben Johnson. He's no Brian Kelly, which could be our transition to college football. LSU fires Brian Kelly. $53 million a year buyout. Or not a year. $53 million contract buyout. He's making $750,000 a month for the next 7 years.
Doing
Not
nothing?
a bad gig. Doing absolutely nothing. A fired college football coach still remains one of the best jobs in the world. Brian Kelly, definition of average. against ranked teams. He was 35-35, and he went 6-20 against top 10 teams. I don't know where Brian Kelly goes from here. He has his fake accent now. I mean, I don't think they want him in the South anymore. I could see him going to UCLA and just becoming like a skinny old guy and just living in LA, coaching UCLA because they fired their coach. Although Neuheisel, their offensive coordinator, I think he might get the nod. I could also see Brian Kelly going to Wisconsin. I think he would dominate in Big Ten football. He kind of plays a Big Ten football game. LSU fans are hilarious. They're super delusional. They think Saban's coming back, and or Dan Lanning. Honestly, Dan Lanning would be pretty cool. Lane Kiffin, if he's not fucking his daughter's sorority sister, then he's actually a pretty good coach. So, and then his daughter's dating the LSU linebacker right now, Whit Weeks. So, I mean, is that much of an upgrade from Ole Miss to LSU? I think it is. He said he loves Mississippi, and this week, and whenever a coach says that, they're out of there. The Lions also have their defensive coordinator, he's their DB's coach, Kelvin Shepard. He was a DB at LSU. Black dude with dreads, schemes up the most beautiful defenses you've ever seen. I think he might be a candidate for the job. I mean, they're gonna pay a young dude with juice and an old white guy like Brian Kelly. That's just not setting the tone, especially in today's day and age. So I don't know. Do you guys think Brian Kelly's gonna go somewhere else or just sit on that money?
He probably will go somewhere else and sit on that money.
I could see him doing like one of those like broadcasting gigs where he sits around like the table or whatever and like puts on like gives his prediction and sits next to Pat McAfee and like shouts some shit. Like that's easy money. He clearly likes to be in front of a camera. I really like the Wisconsin poll though. Like they need to figure their shit out. They're kind of ass. They're a basketball school, and like it. I do agree that like, I mean, coming from Notre Dame, it just feels like running the ball. It just I don't know. I like that. You said that, and I feel like it fits.
Yeah, I think that fits too. And then Luke Fickell, the Wisconsin coach, he's got to get fired. He was a head coach for Cincinnati, obviously, before Wisconsin, and his defensive coordinator was Marcus Freeman, Notre Dame head coach. And now Notre Dame's defense sucks. So if Fickell gets fired, I would like to see Fickell be a defensive coordinator on Marcus Freeman's staff. So it's a crazy coaching carousel right now in college football. James Franklin also bought out. $49 million, third biggest ever. Brian Kelly was second biggest ever. Biggest ever still Jimbo Fisher, $77 million. Brian Kelly was $53 million. James Franklin is $49 million. James Franklin lost 15 straight games against top 6 teams, and he was 4-21 against top 10 teams. I could see James Franklin. I think that everyone's talking about going to the SEC. I don't know how you get fired from a Big Ten job and get offered an SEC head coaching job. I don't think that's possible. I don't think that would be a great transition at all. I think he could go to Oklahoma State. The Big 12 is kind of wide open, and he could pick up a 10, 11, 12 seed at Oklahoma State. James Franklin always has the best running backs ever at Penn State, and Oklahoma State's kind of a running back factory, obviously going back to Barry Sanders, but they also have Ollie Gordon, just came out of there, rookie who's a beast, and Chubba Hubbard. So I could see James Franklin in Stillwater, Oklahoma, running that program. I mean, your hardest competition each year is TCU, Baylor, Arizona, Deion for the first week of the season, and everyone forgets how bad they are. But I think that would actually be a really good fit for James Franklin. Florida fired their coach as well. So we fired, I think, 9 coaches so far. It's Oklahoma State fired, Arkansas, Virginia Tech, LSU, Oregon State, Colorado State, and UAB.
Jesus.
So it's going to be crazy to see all of this stuff. One LSU fan said Dable's getting fired since Scadaboo's hurt now, and he thinks Dable's going to LSU because I think he's from the South and he drives big pickup truck. But it's hilarious. My favorite part of the year is just seeing which hypothetical coach. Every team's in the running for Saban right now. I'm sure they're on Oklahoma State message boards. They're calling for Saban. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think Brian Kelly, like I was saying, I think Wisconsin's a good fit for him. And then LSU head coach, I don't know. I think it might be Kiffin from Ole Miss, which would be total traitor move, but Kiffin loves the attention. He's posting thirst traps like 3 hours before his game last week with 2 girls in a Pilates with his shirt off. So I think he loves the attention. I do think he wants that controversy surrounding him. So I could see him going there. But yeah, other than that, college football has been fun this year. I think it's Ohio State and Indiana. I personally think are a tier above everybody else, but They also, I don't know. I think their schedule could be a little bit harder. Indiana's is awesome. I mean, I don't know how Indiana's not the number one team in the country.
They're
With
dogs.
wins over Penn State and then going to Oregon. I hate Indiana. My boys are talking unlimited crap about Indiana being good, but they went to Oregon, beat Oregon, and they beat Penn State. Penn State, we now knows a little bit flawed. But Ohio State beat Texas, who's not that good. I know how much Hank loves Arch, but they took the two worst teams in the SEC to overtime, Texas, the last 2 weeks, and Kentucky and Mississippi State. So that's Ohio State's best win. I don't see how they're the number one team in the country right now. I think it should be in the Indiana, personally.
Yeah, I don't know. The rankings seem all farce with college football.
They do every year.
Yeah.
Yeah. The committees they're all rigged and everything like that. A team I do love is Vanderbilt. Diego Pavia, this little 5'8" Mexican, greatest fucking quarterback in the country. He plays Arch Manning this week, Hank. Two
Good.
best quarterbacks in the country.
Oh,
At Texas.
So did you say two best quarterbacks? Arch Manning is not. Didn't he just get hurt? I thought he was hurt.
He might just stink. I don't think he got hurt. He just
No,
sucks.
He just sucks.
I mean, they came back and won, so I mean,
No, he's
It's
bad.
not-
Mississippi
State,
he's bad.
bro. Like,
dude,
Arch Manning-
they have the same record as Notre Dame. I mean, and
Arch
Notre Dame
Manning,
has
no.
played some shit teams too.
Arch Manning has like
Mississippi
an
State's
easy
trash.
schedule, so he can pad his stats and get the Heisman, which he's not gonna get.
I mean, hey, I'm just saying. But I will say that the Chicago Fire made the playoffs. We are the number one Chicago Fire podcast in the nation. And they just lost today in a shootout to the Philadelphia Union at Philadelphia. So, hey, you lose.
We lose you there, Connor?
I think I lost Connor. But following up what he said, yeah, Chicago Fire lost in shootout. I think this is the first leg. Is that true? Is there multiple rounds to this?
Wait, can you guys hear me?
Can hear you now.
Now I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay, my bad. Sorry, someone was calling me. I'm on Discord. It's all fucked up. Anyway, go ahead, Aaron. My bad.
I was gonna say, do you know, like, is this the first leg? Like, is there another game
Yes.
that the Fire play? Okay, so they're still technically in it. Like, we lost some penalties.
Yeah.
Maybe we're down a goal on aggregate or whatever the fuck. But are we still?
I
Like,
saw
how do we
best
move
of three
forward?
on a
Is it-
graphic.
It's
What the fuck
it's
is
best
the
of three.
MLS?
It's best of three, and for
insane.
some reason in the MLS they have a shootout thing for every game if you're tied in the playoffs, which is kind of fucking retarded. But
Insane.
that's just me. So,
Why is that?
Um,
I thought, shootout, it just determines the winner.
yeah, but you should do it on the last game of the series.
Yeah, they're doing
So-
some American shit with this. This is like no other soccer league in the world does anything like this.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough.
I got a text message from one of my buddies and friend of the podcast, Matt Rohr, and he was like, "This is why the rest of the world hates us, is because of shit like this." So, yeah. Also, what up, El Pollo Loco? Matt Reed joining the pod.
Reed,
Was good.
welcome.
Good to have
Oh.
you again. You're
He's muted.
Cut
You're
that-
muted.
Cut that part.
While we're waiting for him, I'll do a quick World Series. Dodgers are good. All right, that's it. We could talk back about something else. Their whole team's going to be Japanese in 3 years. They're going to sign Murataka Murakami, and they're just going to be fucking cheat code, and probably Tarek Skubal, too. All right, Matt Reed, welcome to the podcast.
Are you talking about some sushi? What the fuck are you talking?
We're talking about the Dodgers, so yeah.
I thought you said something about Godzilla. I was like, whoa, dude. Like,
What's good, man? What do you think about the Bears game today? Guys, I'm getting in an elevator, by the way, so please ignore the sound.
I was like half-ass watching it because I was working. And I don't know, just sad. I mean, it's one of those losses that you know that the Bears will lose, even though that they should win. They're on basically a third-string quarterback. Most of the defense is injured, and it's just I don't know. Maybe Caleb isn't. Maybe Caleb is like Trevor Lawrence 2.0. I don't know. It's not a great feeling though.
Trevor Lawrence went to a playoff game, so that would be sweet. But yeah, I hope he's not Mitch. That's even worse than Trevor Lawrence. I think is he also went to a playoff game and was never the same. So
Right.
I hope it's not the same. Like I said, I'm seeing patterns over and over again. Same shit with Fields, just not getting better each week, not progressing each week. Same shit with Mitch, not getting better each week, and the defense is playing at an elite level. It's gonna be a tough one, boys. I mean, I don't know if Caleb has the mindset. Like, do you think a little bit of Caleb's struggles have stemmed from last year? I mean, I'm sure a little bit do, but what do you guys think? I like his work
Terms of
ethic
what?
last year. I don't think he had to watch. He didn't. I don't think he had to watch film, and they said his car's in the parking lot later this year. So I hope he's changing his habits, but I'm not sure if he is.
Well, I think it depends on like the mentality. Like you can like stay there to kind of like put out the optics that you care, but like there are people that have like that sociopathic like nature to them, like Kobe, like like MJ, like
Tom
Brady,
Brady. Yeah.
stuff like that, where they like literally are like, no, I'm going to win, and then that's all that's going to happen,
Killer
and then you have other
instinct.
people that are just like, yeah, they're just gonna collect kind of like a check and they kind of care, but then it's like at the end of the day, it's like, no, it's like I'm still like the man because I'm like in the NFL or I'm like rich or something like that. So I think there's I don't know. I think it's
Well, I've said it
pretty complex
before.
question, but
I've said it before, and I'll say it again. You know, Caleb's. I want him to do well, and I hope that he does well. And today was a bad game, whatever. But when everyone is just coming down on you all the time, and then it's like you're just posting selfies with your fucking fingernails and shit, dude. And it's like I don't care about that. Like, good shit, do it, but just win the fucking game. Like, if you're doing all that shit and it's like, all right, well, you seem more concerned with other shit than winning a football game, that's when I'm like, come on, bro. You gotta prove it before you fucking do it. I don't know.
I think he's a little
That's,
too
that's
nice.
just
I'd like to
yeah.
see him say some shit to the media. Like tell him to shut up. Maybe reports of a scuffle in practice or something, and Caleb was in the middle
Yeah.
of it. He needs to become a little bit more of an asshole. I think right now he's just chill, laid back dude, and I don't know. You got to be pissed off. Like I think it was like what week 1 this year. Mahomes and Kelsey are fucking bitching at each other at the sidelines, looking like they're about to get into a fist fight. It's because they care. Like Matt, good point. Like, does Caleb care at the end of the day? Does he have this killer instinct, this mentality of, hey, it's all up to me, and he's the only one that could change it? Because shit, man, everyone else is playing good enough right now, and everyone's progressing each week. Theo stepping in at left tackle just looks electric already. I feel like the amount he's progressed has been more than Caleb has done in a year and 7 games. So I'm not sure. Like I said, I want Caleb to get a little more chippy, start lowering your shoulder. I mean, just become a dick, dude. Like everyone hates you already. Don't try to be the nice guy and be the quiet guy. Just lean into that asshole. Is kind of what I want a little bit more from Caleb.
I mean, talking on that, there was, every time you see him on the sideline, obviously it's the game time cameras. It's just him, and then DJ's like right next to him, and they just seem like they're not doing anything. Like, yeah, I guess maybe somebody's talking to him, but it doesn't seem like they're engaged.
sense too. That would make sense also because DJ just got a massive contract, which I mean he doesn't like. I think I had a parlay earlier today, and how much money is he making? And he was at like minus 200 for getting 30 yards. Do you know how fucking insane that is? Like, there's no way that you should be getting paid all of that money, and like you're like plus money almost on getting like 40 receiving yards.
Yeah.
Like, I guess
Yeah,
that's a
it's not even, and I don't even think he got. I don't even think he got the 30.
He
No, he did.
that
He
sick
did.
catch at
He
the
got
end.
that
Yeah, he got
crazy
that catch
lob
for, like,
shot.
40
okay.
yards.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, without that
But-
catch, he wouldn't have got it.
probably.
Yeah. And he's
Yeah.
also not Debo Samuel, so we got to stop fucking trying to like hand him the ball off and shit like that.
Thank you. Thank you. I said that earlier. Just like we need to stop using him as a fucking running back because it's fucking pointless. So, yeah.
Yeah. I think the two things about Caleb for me is one, like I feel like last year and this year, I both trusted him to get us in the position to at least get points or whatever. And like, he made stupid mistakes today. He had 2 intentional groundings. He had that one where he like ran towards the sideline for like 20 something yards, but stayed in bounds when he could have got out. Like, it's just like he's making these small mistakes, which he typically hasn't made in the past.
But
So like,
yeah,
it seems like he's regressing the past 2 weeks. And then also, I saw again, Matt, to your point of like optics, right? Like, I wish he would do some more optics. Like they announced that like he became an owner of a NWSL team, and I'm like, okay, cool, do all your side business shit, but like it's not the time. Like you're still kind of a rookie. Like you're a young quarterback that isn't even good, hasn't done anything. Like I don't. You're not like a Russell Wilson or whoever all these other people joining these ownership groups and stuff. It feels like he's trying to like jump the gun a little bit because maybe he was like a first round pick or whatever. And I like Caleb. Like I think he's a good quarterback. I think he will be a good player in the NFL, but some of this stuff I'm just like, just stop. Like I don't. It just feels weird. I don't know, and like maybe that's being unfair of me, but I'm just like, you're not one of these other guys that has like this extended career in the NFL. Like just focus on the craft right now.
Well,
that's
yeah, he
being
hasn't
that's like
proven
that's being
shit.
a number one pick though. That's being a number one like overall pick though. Like your head is already inflated before you've even like stepped into the practice facility, and it like natural talent, of course, like he has that, but like does he have everything else? So you need that again, and I'm going to say this, that sociopathic like tendencies where it's like when Brady would have like his dessert would be like some weird like avocado pudding or something like that. And then also like does he care enough? Like does he honestly care enough? And I'm not
Yeah.
saying
Yeah.
he does or he doesn't, and also the intelligence because like what they would say about like Jerry Judy, he got drafted with like CD Lamb and all of them. It's like supposedly he's dumb as a box of rocks. I'm also not like sold on Caleb and like his intelligence. Um, but I don't know. This is also to be continued, but that's just like the
Yeah.
devil's
Uh,
advocate.
I think that's with most, what he's played 22 games in the NFL or 23 games in the NFL. It's like, yeah, of course he's not a fully rounded quarterback and you don't know like what his like full potential and everything is because he's got a fucking cannon, but he can't throw a fucking pass 8 yards. So it's like
He doesn't look
just
downfield.
or if he does, he's throwing it before the sticks and it's third and fucking long. And it's like, dude, what are we doing? Like, it's like, are you trying to win or what the fuck is going on? I don't know. And then and also that could go into some of the play calls, but I don't know. Like, I just can't tell yet. So I don't know.
Yeah, the only reason we're 4-3, I think, is because of Ben Johnson, in my opinion. I think he's
Very
a
fair.
legitimate coach. I think he's a leader of
Sure.
men. Like we should really, I mean, before today, we should have been 5-1 if we didn't give up 21 points to fucking JJ McCarthy
Mm-hmm.
in the fourth quarter of that game. But
Yeah,
a
definitely.
long season.
Yeah, I do have a question, Aaron. Do you have Matt's schedule predictions by chance? What did we have? What did he have for us? Do you have a loss for the Ravens?
Yeah, we all had a loss for the Ravens. So Matt, you had us at 5-2 ending this week. So we're one behind your season prediction. Not terrible. Like again, we're right there. I think overall for the season you had what? 6 losses. So 11-6. So I mean, we were talking
That was
earlier. I was
very
like,
bullish. It was
Yeah,
very bullish.
yeah,
exactly,
you were
exactly,
bullish.
and
But
we're one
also,
off.
like, we
So
would have if we didn't fuck up that fourth quarter, like in with the Vikings, like we would have that record right now.
Yes.
that's
So
why
I mean,
it's
but
like
then again,
I
it's
didn't panic
yeah,
yet. Yeah.
yeah.
We'll get our get back against the Vikes
Also,
in
fuck the
what,
Packers.
2 weeks.
Fuck the Packers.
I believe
Fuck the
so. Yeah.
Packers.
Fuck
That's gonna be a bloodbath playing the Pack twice in what, like 12 days or something.
Jesus
That's
Christ.
gonna be a fun one, dude. That's
It's insane.
that's gonna be a real test of where this team's at. I think. Obviously the Bengals with Flacco, but I don't know. We just got, like I said, we got to have Caleb keep progressing each week, especially with so many division opponents at the end of the season. I'm excited to play the Vikings again. I think it's going to go our way. I think if we're up in the fourth quarter, Ben Johnson's going to be a little more aggressive this time because he knows what happened week 1. So in Minnesota, I don't know. I think I like our boys on the road too. I think it just bonds guys as a team. Obviously, except today. But yeah, like Connor was talking about, whenever they cut to the sidelines and DJ and Caleb were just sitting back there with their elbows up on the bench, just sitting back. Like I'd like to see Caleb going over to talk to the O-liner. I know he can't talk to Ben Johnson much during the game, but there's quality control guys. There's Declan Doyle. Have we heard anything about fucking Declan Doyle this year?
I haven't seen him at all on the
No.
sideline.
Yeah.
They never show him once.
Yeah, I don't even know that he's our fucking offensive coordinator, dude. They never show him, but I would like him just go talk, or just I don't know, stay up and watch the game. It's when you're going 3 and out every time. Do you really need to go sit on the bench and behind your team and just relax for a little bit? Like just watch the game, man, and figure it out. I don't know. I think his head's in it. He's obviously the guy. He's got the talent. I think he's gonna be fine. Just a rough couple weeks for him, but like you guys were saying, if there's one guy who could fix it, it's Ben Johnson, and just making those easy throws. And I just think a little more rollouts too, and getting Caleb on the move, and just not letting him sit back in the pocket and think back there. That's what he threw the pick on. I think he threw his other pick this year on that too. And I don't know what the third pick was. I can't remember, but I don't know. Just get Caleb out moving a little bit more, and I think we'll be fine, boys. I think Ravens are still a really good football team. It's do or die for them today. They got to win today. Roquan was back. Roquan always takes it personally against us. I think Snoop Huntley was actually kind of decent, man. I think he outplayed Caleb, but he's no Lamar Jackson. But I feel like their play calls looked pretty similar.
Snoop?
Yeah, they call him Snoop.
Oh, Snoop.
Nickname. Yeah. I mean,
That's right.
Vegas
I mean,
had
that's
us
kind of
as
racist, right? That's racist, but
Yeah, that's his name.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
kidding. I'm joking. I'm joking. I think no, but if we're getting
I'm not.
racist,
That was
I mean,
definitely.
I think
I'm not. Oh, wait, Matt. I'm not joking. That was definitely racist. So please, just next time, just speak the truth that you need to hear. So.
I think Declan Doyle, I think where he is, he's somewhere searching for a pot of gold. That's probably why we haven't seen him on the sidelines. But I mean, yeah, if you're all right, you're going. Haven't they been the worst defense in football outside of like Dallas?
Yeah.
Right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yes.
So what the I mean, I don't know. I'm being a Cubs fan. It's just like coming into this. It's like I don't want to hear excuses. It's like great to make progression and stuff like that, but at the same time, it's like we should have won this game. And so, like again, like if you have that mentality, it's like no excuses. Like we should have won. It could be worse,
Yep.
right? We're 4-3, but
So think
Yeah.
the only caveat against that is like, I agree, we should have won, and I wanted us to win. Like we were still underdogs from Vegas, -4 points with Lamar out, or like -3.5. Like they have a lot of like shit that we don't see. You know what I mean? Like it's like if Vegas still had us as underdogs, I think there's some credence to Baltimore still
oh
being
no,
a
for
decent
sure.
team.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It was a trap.
yeah,
game. It was
Baltimore-
definitely a
Yeah.
trap
It was a trap game. But yeah, definitely. I even posted it on Twitter. Follow me at Sports Beer Dog. No, I said it on there. I was like, no excuses. The Bears sucked today. But we go out next week. I think I also said they should run a suicide at practice for every fucking point they lost by. But that's just me. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, they
Just-
should. I mean, your uncle definitely would have had us doing that, Connor. If you know
Oh,
what
yeah.
I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Pumpkin
and
cup.
He would have sat Caleb probably and played like whoever the third string quarterback is, just like get the fuck out there, get a touchdown. That fucking who's the guy, the blonde kid from like a fucking not Tyson Bagent, the other guy who's on the practice squad.
Austin
Who's that?
Reed. Austin Reed.
Austin Reed, yeah, he would
Oh,
he would
come
threw
on.
Austin Reed out there.
How does he spell his last name? Do you know how he spells his last name?
Reed. Reed.
Oh yeah, exactly. He spells it wrong.
Yep.
You gotta get him out of there. But
That's why he's not starting for us.
But on a good note, the Bulls are 2-0, so that's cool.
The Hawks
Played
are
two
positive, too.
the
decent
offense
teams
looks
too.
really good. Yeah. The ball
Yeah.
movement looked fantastic. I got conned into a fantasy basketball league, so like I was like, all right, I'm gonna get like the CHCN or whatever the fuck it is, like the Reinsdorf version of Marquee, which I thought was like 19.99 a month for like all three of the teams, and it turns out it's like 19.99 per team, and I'm like,
That's
dude, you're
ridiculous,
fucking
dude.
crazy, dude.
That's
No wonder it
wild.
had like a it had like a 1.9 out of 5 stars on the app rating thing, and it was all trolls clearly because it's like you can't charge that for that product. But I don't know. The Bulls did look, I think, pretty good the first game that I watched them. Detroit should be a playoff team, so that's nice. And also Vooch is in a contract year, so he could put up a little bit this year, but.
Yeah, he might be sweating his Slavic ass off to fucking get some more money. So I'm all about that shit.
Well, yeah.
So
So,
want to talk about the Hawks a little bit?
oh,
Wrap us up.
yeah. I mean, running off the Bulls, Bulls started, the Hawks started up again. So it's, just full swing of Chicago sports are coming back. Hawks are looking pretty good. They're really fun this year. I mean, I've been way more invested in the games recently, and they are 4-3 and 2 OT losses, but they're fifth in the Central Division. They're they're a young team, and our goalie, Spencer Knight is amazing, and Bedard and these are just, I don't know. They just seem like a really fun duo. Kind of like a weird mirror of like what Taze and Kane looked like. So, I don't know. Good vibes. A lot of good vibes.
Yeah, Hawks are fun. I think still don't think it's a playoff team. Like that would be a pretty insane jump for them to like go up 35 points from last year.
Yeah.
Even if they went up 25 points, they still would be 7 or 8 points out of the wild card spot. So I don't think they're gonna make the playoffs, but they're a lot more interesting to watch. I think Bedard having Nazar like become a little bit more of a superstar is taking pressure off of him and allowing him to kind of thrive. I think Bedard's new workout routine, where he's not pushing himself as hard, has like obviously shown a lot of promise. I think it'd be really sick if Bedard could break into the Canada camp for the Olympics. That would be insane. I think that would like really boost his confidence a ton. Clearly, all he wants to do is play for Team Canada, so that would be pretty sick as well. But yeah, it's a good time. They had a kind of a disappointing loss today. They looked really good in the first period and then kind of just like fizzled out, like, playing against the LA Kings team that had a back to back. So kind of unfortunate, but they've been holding their own and they haven't been like looking like they're getting lucky against any of these kind of contender teams. They look like they're generating offense. They're like doing all the things they need to do. I think the Jeff system is working where they're really strong on the forecheck, and their penalty kill is really good as well. I think they like obviously went 0 for 5 in the or in penalties today. But overall, I think it's super exciting. And I think their guy in Rockford just won like AHL Player of the Month. So like they have a lot of cool prospects and stuff. So if we can get those guys up, I think the next few years will be fun. So I feel like it's the time now to get onto the bandwagon. They're at least interesting to watch, even if they're bad. And then you can be invested going into the long term over the next few years, which should be very fun. So it's been a good run.
Yeah. Positive point diff too. So we're up 3 on that.
Donato's been a fucking beast for us as well. I think
hell yeah.
one of the more
Very.
underrated players of the team that steps up when we need him most. I liked Bedard and Nazar going to that Halloween party, and they were with their girlfriend.
Think
And
6,
they
think
could have
7.
done couples
seven or whatever?
costume. yeah. They could have been a couple's costume with the girlfriend in the picture, but they decided they're doing a couple's costume together, which I love. That's guys being dudes right there. I like this young team. Like I think I said it already, but kind of reminds me of OKC and hoops. It's just a bunch of young dudes just want to go out there and throw the puck around or sling it or whatever. I don't know what the slang is there, but just looks like a young dude, fun team. I do think Jeff's got these boys going in the right direction. Knight's a beast. I don't know if we're allowed to, during the Star Spangled Banner, yell Knight like they used to in Florida. I feel like we should embrace that, though. And that's all I got on the Hawks. We need to yell night during the national anthem, and Bedard and Nazar looked handsome as thing 1 and thing 2 or 6 and 7, which is a dumb meme, but yeah, I don't know. I like the Hawks. They're fun to watch. I mean, last year it sucked. Like you just turn on a Hawks game, bet against the Hawks, and it would be over by the first period. But this year it feels like we're in every game, and it feels like we're faster this year.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is. Or
Yeah,
just
they're quick.
Also,
Yeah.
Bedard doesn't take any shit from anyone.
Yeah.
he's
The
tiny.
little
and he's
scar down the lip is insane. He looks bad.
yeah. But yeah,
How old is
yeah,
Bedard
we're looking
now?
up.
Is he? He's not even 21
he's
yet. Is
20.
he?
He's 20. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's insane. Like this is his 3rd year in the league. He's 20 years old. Unbelievable.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Better not have been drinking at that party.
Uh,
Don't need our boy getting a fine. That'll hurt his confidence.
oh sure. Ah, God. I guess the one bad thing recently with the Hawks is the trade. Now that I think about it, Juice, like I honestly don't like that trade. Kind of a bad trade. I don't know. 4th round, 2 years, or is it next year?
What I've heard though is that I agree. I wish we would have kept him, but apparently his camp has been talking to Kyle Davidson and he's wanted out as well. He hasn't made like an official trade request, but he's like, "Hey, I need a change of scenery. It hasn't worked for me here the past 3 years. Like I just need something different." So
Okay.
they honored that and said, "Sure, we'll let you go, whatever." So I mean, I respect that, but it does suck. He's a young player. Like maybe we could have got some out of him, but
Whatever. Fine by me.
We'll be right.
Are
Jeff
they
will have the
supposed to be
boys ready
middle
to
of
go.
the pack?
They definitely I don't
Second
think.
worst Stanley Cup odds to start the year.
Yeah, I don't think they were even predicted to come out and start winning
So
games.
we're like the White Sox of the NHL then, or like
Not
I guess
that bad.
what
Not-
you would have thought.
Yeah, we're not that bad, but they're doing way better than they were predicted to do for sure within the beginning of the season.
It's been 2 or 3 games.
Been 9.
yeah.
9?
Yeah, 9
Holy
games
shit,
already.
I'm way off. Way off.
No, you good?
Jeff will have the boys rolling. Ben Johnson will have the boys rolling. Billy Donovan should get hit by a bus. Robin Ventura, Rick Renteria, Tony La Russa have the White Sox headed in the right direction. Couple years off. And Will Venable, of course. Craig Counsell should have stayed in Milwaukee. I think that's all I got for Hallis Beer Hall. Hugs and kisses to all the listeners. Go Bears.
XOXO.
All right, we're out.
Well, a lot of things happen today.
Sometimes life deals you bananas and you gotta just say, fuck it, I'm gonna eat that shit.
I'm not touching it. Cut it. Cut it.
We're cutting it. We're done.
I had to tie that in.
We're out.
And they were all great. And they were all thrilling. And they were all dramatic.
But you know what? Get big, get tough, and get fucked.
Too bad we couldn't have had
Hot, juicy cake takes, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
some
fine.
hot cakes on the griddle, you know what I'm saying?